This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. So giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings unto the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. All right, I'm bringing out Isaiah 55 and 6, which again says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near, all right? And this is in light of certain restrictions that's coming to YouTube. And if I'm not mistaken, beginning tomorrow, August the 13th, all right, these age restrictions go into play. They're being downplayed, all right, which it might start off pretty mellow, all right? It may start off mellow, but as time progresses, you will see, the restrictions become more and more draconian, become more and more aggressive, okay? Because that's the nature of this man. And if you're paying attention to the world, to America, you see that systematically the people's rights are being diminished, deplenished, done away with, destroyed, all right? The Bill of Rights, all of that is being done away with. I talked about yesterday how if you bring a wife in from overseas, wherever she may be, she's going to, for her whole life here, which it won't be long, but however long, she's to be under scrutiny, all right? And at any time could be taken from you and sent who knows where, because at this point we know that the deportees are not going back where they came from, all right? And this is a dystopian mess. Okay? You want to know what the dystopian end of the world looks like? Just look at America. All right? And this ain't where they plan on it going, but they show putting it in motion, all right? And I mean this NWO. It's in full swing. And no one's going to stop it until the Lord comes back to stop it. All right, this is why it says in verse 7, let the wicked forsake his way. This is giving you hints on how to seek the Lord. And what does it say? Forsake your way. You see that? Let the wicked forsake his way, his wicked way. His worldly way. And come into the, that marvelous light of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. That's straight and narrow. So it says, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Right. Remember it says in Ecclesiastes, what is that, 7 and 29? All right. It says, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 29. Lo, this only have I found, that Yahweh Bahasham Yahawashi had made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions, right? Their own wicked ways, their own wicked thoughts, fulfilling their own wicked thoughts and lust. All of these inventions of wickedness, all right? So this is what the Lord is talking about. Isaiah 55 and 7, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahawashi, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. All right? And this is what we need. We need abundant pardon, or an abundant pardon. Okay? And this is why in Baruch it tells us, it was our mind, as it was our mind to go astray. That's Baruch 4 and 28. as it was our mind to go astray from the Lord, being returned unto him, that we should seek him 10 times more. Okay? Right. Seeking the Lord. All right. What happened? Okay, that's cool right there. I want to go here also. Because what's going to happen with that ultimately, because that's just a way, again, to bring in the draconian measures. This is how it starts, and they play it off as innocent, and we got to protect the children and all of this stuff. But damn, how hard can it be to protect children? I mean, I've been seeing children on milk cartons since I was a child. It hasn't stopped. So now you want to have me to believe that you censoring YouTube is going to make this world of difference. No, that's not what it's for. It's there so they can control or get back to controlling the narrative. All right, because when they get to rolling out all of this draconian legislation, the last thing they need is the Apostle Tahars, the Apostle Gabars, the men of great millstone. All right, even your Dabu Sevens and all of them reporting, doing the real reporting, journalistic investigation, the research, the legwork. That's what we do here at Great Millstone. We look things up and we do the legwork. Esau actually get out there, boots on the ground. He go and stir shit up. He'll go out there. He'll go to Area 51. He'll go to Roswell and take a chance on getting shot. They do that. We don't have to do that. We just, wait and see what they report, and we do our research on it, have our own, and we report through the scripture. All right, and that's the report that you need. That's what Habakkuk was saying. I'm going to stand on my watch and wait to see what he will say unto me. All right, which applies to us. Sometimes you don't have an idea for a lesson. It's always ideas, but you just, the Most High have you draw a blank. And then what? You have to wait. You have to wait to see what the Spirit is going to have you to bring out. So like right now, the hot topic is YouTube censorship through age restrictions. Content, I guess restrictions, but, monitoring content and all of these things, taking away the right. A lot of you may not know YouTube from 07, 08. But that YouTube was the shit back in 07, 08. People had live conversations right in the comment board. Real time. Getting their asking questions, getting answers. It was a whole forum going on in the comment board. And the stuff, a lot of stuff that I bring out, maybe on the Thursday live or in some of these videos, it's from 07, 08 YouTube that you can't find no more. Like I broke down the acronym for Mafia. It might be on YouTube, but you'll be hard pressed to find it. It's a lot of info that has been scrubbed from the internet completely. The internet itself, not just YouTube, but from Google and all these Google searches. All right. There are other searches that you can use. All right, and that might be something I post or do a lesson on. That it's for researchers. This ain't for bullcorn and getting on TikTok. This is, for those who want to do serious research, they have search engines that, go beyond Google. Which most searches go back to Google anyway. You think you're getting away from Microsoft, and you're not. But anyway, here in Amos chapter 8, verse 11, it says, "Behold, the days come, said the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, and that time is at hand. All right. And the Most High he's even so merciful. He's showing you that he getting ready to cut the word off. And you still gonna have niggas procrastinating, but the Lord he's giving you all these hints and these warnings. But I know, for those that are 2/3, they're gonna be 2/3. The Most High have chosen our people's delusion. All right, so where it should be evident, especially right now, as to, if you're looking for the Lord, who to get with to find them, that should be obvious right now. Because was nobody in the Hebrew Israelite game. Well, I mean, I ain't going to say nobody, but these big names, IUIC, ISUPK, HOI, and maybe a few others, we was the only one telling you the MOTB is a microchip. Now that all this evidence is coming out supporting the MOTB being a micro CHIP, even though it hasn't hit yet, but everything is pointing toward a microchip. And you got people still acting brand new. All right. Well, there's a reason behind that too. Oh, and so we go here. All right, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. You see, the MOTB being the micro CHIP is truth. For those who choose to ignore it, you're ignoring it because you did not receive love of the truth. What else could it be? Just like the question posed concerning the wicked in Job 9:24. And it says, if not, where and who is he? That's what I'm asking concerning the MOTB. If it's not a microchip, then what the hell is it? Because I've heard the foolishness, all right? And I read. The stuff that they say does not match what I read in Revelation, the 13th chapter. All right? I can't buy and sell with sin, nor can I buy and sell just because I lay with a white woman. She might break bread with me to give me some money to buy and sell, but that's not what that's talking about. All right? You sleeping with a white woman does not give you access to buying and selling, or cut you off from buying and selling. Neither the sin, what is stupid did they say? It's all kind of stupidity come out behind that, because there have been money taken. There have been monies taken, okay? There have been monies taken. Some leaders are being ousted for just being flat out frauds and fraudulent. Eating off the people and not even giving them anything of substance in return. You're supposed to feed the flock, not eat the flock. But, they sitting down every day to lamb chops and a rack of lamb, and I'm referring to their congregation, all right? Not actual lamb, but the sheep that they supposed to be feeding, they're dining on, feeding off of. You see? And it's being exposed. And then you got guys that seem as if they acting if they really doing the work of the Lord. They're not showing any fear after seeing what's happening, how the Most High is fulfilling 1 Peter 4 and 12. Well, 1 Peter 4 and 17, Salakia. All right, which says, now I got to finish this. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. All right, and for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. That's strong delusion to tell, oh, that picture of Jesus is the MOTB. That picture of Jesus that everybody had. Now, we didn't have one in our house, but it was in our church. So that I'm just as guilty going to church, all right, looking at that idol. I did have questions. I did ask. You know, my mama, who else you gonna ask? Because daddy wasn't in the church. Daddy didn't go to church. I probably seen my daddy at church once or twice growing up. You know, which I thought he was bad back then. I thought my daddy was bad. You supposed to go to church, daddy. But now I get it. And guess what? After all of that, now he can't stay out the church. And I done told him, I said, Daddy, that ain't, you know, we the Israelites. That we ain't supposed to be in them churches, Daddy. And you know, he done been through a lot in life. So all he knows is sweet Jesus. So, you know, bless his heart. But yeah, we got to get off of sweet Jesus. But anyway, my point being is, you know, you had questions growing up, but white Jesus was in the church. So by that, I'm condemned, because you can't repent from the MOTB. So if I went to a church that had the white Jesus by the baptismal pool in the back with John the Baptist, and they in the water, you know, that was the image I saw every Sunday. Jesus and John the Baptist wade in the water. You know? Well, that's idolatry. I participated in idolatry. And according to them, with the mark of the beast. So I'm done. So why would the Most High even bring me into this truth? Because I'm done, according to them. Because that's a false ideology. That's a false doctrine. In other words, that's a flat out lie. That the mark of the beast is sin, sleeping with a white woman, the picture of sweet Jesus, or anything else other than a micro CHIP. All right. Now, the reason I'm on this topic is because that's where all of this is going. Don't you understand that soon it'll be, because right now they're saying, oh, you have to show a government ID. Oh, or a credit card. Man, please. Then soon it'll be, scan your right hand, please. Or, you know, your retinas. Let me get a eye scan, please. That's what's coming. Which is going to be, the eye is one thing, but when they start talking about scanning the hand, it's because you're going to have I won't, but some of y'all will have a micro CHIP in it. That's where all this is going. So this ain't just with YouTube, but this with YouTube is going, because that's the major distribution of this truth. As the apostle just did a video, the internet does the heavy lifting. You know, something to that effect. And right, YouTube is the major distributor of these e-epistles, although we do use other platforms. But if YouTube go down, or the apostles say enough is enough, you know, a lot of you screwed, because you didn't seek the Lord while he could be found. You was out here bullshitting into the entertainment and all of the parlor tricks, all right, of YouTube. And that's why I said, verse 11, and for this cause, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. You see? And that's what people are headed. What was I going to go to? I was going to go somewhere. First Peter, let's go there. First Peter 4. So to show you, it should be evident right now because the Most High is putting in that work. It should be evident who he's dealing with. But this is First Peter 4:17, which says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right? And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai? And so, why judgment is going to begin at us? Because we, like the scripture say, to whom much is given, much is required. We were given the law. So we are the most accountable. And the Lord took us under his wing, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? So, right. We got an answer. But like he said, don't think the heathen and everybody else gonna get off, because it said, where shall the sinner and the ungodly, or where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Right? So the Most High got judgment coming for all, but he's starting with us. All right? And if you don't see the time it is, you're going to get caught up in it. Most High is putting in work. All right? Letting the world know who he's dealing with. You can choose to be short-sighted if you wish, but it's going to cost you in the end. All right? And that's it for today. To the next one, y'all stay up. Shalom.